Hello and welcome to the No One Asked You podcast. This series, I am once again joined by my wonderful co-host, That Darn Kitty.
Dorkus and I are sharing our experience reading The Way of Kings for the first time. Each episode, we will summarize what we've read and discuss the experience along the way.
This is Storming the Archives, The Way of Kings, and today we discuss Chapter 63.
Chapter 63!
Fear. Chapter 63. Fear. Bridge 4 attends chasm duty. Leighton, a former blacksmith's apprentice, shows Kaladin the work he's done to make a piece of Parshendi armor. He estimates he can have 5 sets of armor finished by the end of the night. Kaladin insists that a set be made for each member of the bridge crew. Shen no longer needs to attend bridge runs. The previous run's attempt has bought some leeway from Hashal, who has taken credit for the gambit, though she's concerned about Kaladin's potential behavior moving forward. Teft runs drills while Kaladin corrects form and posture. He notes Moash's extreme dedication to his practice. It reminds him of himself after Tien's death. He recalls how Terra coaxed him out of his single-minded dedication. Kaladin pulls Moash aside and cautions him not to work himself ragged. He's going to be one of the decoys. Moash reveals that what motivates him is a desire to kill someone. He won't say whom, but he had given up hope until Kaladin returned it to him. Kaladin has earned Moash's loyalty. Rock and Kaladin speak. Kaladin believes Sadeas will not let them go now that they've become too valuable. Rock believes they can find a way to escape. Kaladin wonders if they need to, now that they're no longer being killed as quickly, but Rock reminds him that even at a reduced rate, their situation remains unsustainable. Scar asks Kaladin to spar with them, which he refuses. Kaladin then argues with Teft about it. Kaladin believes if he picks up a spear again, he will be too eager to use it and too rash in his judgments. He is prepared to use it, though, when the time comes. I wish to sleep. I know now why you do what you do, and I hate you for it. I will not speak of the truths I see. Kakasha, 1173, 142 seconds pre-death, a Shin sailor left behind by his crew, reportedly for bringing them ill luck. Sample largely useless.
Well, to us it is. Like, to me, I'm like, yeah, what do I do with this?
It speaks to me of this whole, there is something out there that is doing something good. Whatever force it is that allows the Heralds to go and then come back to fight the Everstorm, which I think we all presume to be good. But then it goes and tortures them in the time in between, which is also bad. So it's like, I know what you're doing and why you're doing it, and I recognize that it has to be done, but that doesn't make me like you. It makes me hate you because you are doing this terrible thing to me, but I have to accept it. Kind of an idea.
I will not speak of the truths I see. What does that even... So you're not going to say? You know why? You hate the thing, but you're not going to say, though? That's the last thing. So that's the first part. I agree with you. I think that's what you're making of it. Like, I hate you for it, for doing this thing. But I will not speak of the truths I see.
I think because he knows why the thing does what it does.
It's so horrible. Yeah.
Well, presumably in the name of something good, or to advance some sort of good. If he's talking about the force that tortures the Heralds, which it may well not be.
Yeah, I don't know what. More speculation.
Yeah, and I don't know if the sample is useless because it was a Shin sailor, or if it was like heard third, fourth, fifth hand, or what the situation there is.
Yeah, and I think it's probably to do with the situation it was taken in. Or it means largely useless in that it doesn't really help with the investigation going on that we basically keep getting this from.
Sure. So I went pretty hard last chapter on pacing issues in the book. And while I'm sure now that that episode has aired, or will air, at the time of recording it has not aired, but by the time this episode airs, that chapter will have aired. I'm sure.
That's how it works, yes.
Yes. I'm sure there will be many wonderful folks who have excellent counterpoints to some of the frustrations that I had vented in that episode.
Mm-hmm.
This chapter, I think, through the lens of my complaints from the last chapter, could be seen as suffering from many of the same issues. We didn't get that much further in the plot.
Yeah.
But, and I will give this a big but here because I'm about to compliment. The
Mm.
whole point of this monologue of mine right now is to get to a compliment.
Mm.
In the past, we have complained in Mistborn, I think, of jumps between chapters where we say, well, we really should have had what happened right after kind of a thing. I
Mm-hmm.
do think that what happens in this chapter, which essentially informs us that Kaladin is getting more armor made, I think is sort of a necessary thing. What do you think?
Yeah, we definitely need to know that. It would be better that we need to know how it's done, by who, that sort
Mm,
of thing. We can't have this as like a throwaway paragraph, I think, or a
yeah.
throwaway sentence. I think we would complain about it otherwise.
Yes. And so while I would say that there wasn't any big status quo shift in this chapter, I do think the contents of it, at least the start of it, were important for us to experience. So I want to
Mm.
have said that. I feel like we're building towards the end as well in this chapter, and this is giving us a sort of last moment before the Sanderlanche hits to get us what little bit of characterization we can from what's left of the bridge crew. Yeah?
Well, I hope so, because yeah, a little bit to me it is feeling like, look, like you said, I'm feeling both things here. So I do want to know these things, and I would have complained otherwise, but I'm like, when is it coming? What's happening? Come on,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah. It's time. I'm ready for it.
I don't know if I'm ready, but I'm like, you know what I mean.
Yeah. But it starts off in a chasm. They're doing chasm duty, and Kaladin has employed Leighton, who is a former armorer's apprentice, blacksmith's apprentice, to manipulate the Parshendi carapace into armor for them.
Hmm.
We get some reasonably nice characterization out of Leighton, which is enjoyable. We get that this material is hard as steel, but half the weight. Neat.
Yeah, very useful. Let's not make it a habit of making this armor going forward. Like, they start doing this, they start killing Parshendi just for the armors now so they can win other wars and things like that. Nyeh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kaladin wants a set for all of the bridgemen, but I read that and I thought to myself, well, doesn't that defeat the purpose of the runners then?
Yeah, the people that are drawing the fire, like you're supposed to draw the fire. Now everyone will be a target,
Yeah.
but everyone's also covered, so I don't know.
Yeah. It's not great.
But like,
I,
yeah, like say you send runners out, right? And you have the people that are carrying, right? So carriers and runners, right?
mhm.
I don't think just running out and being visible would only draw the fire there. I think it would draw it everywhere. What I'm
Yeah.
trying to say is like that's not just because they're jumping up and down and going, "Look, here I am," that the Parshendi are going to ignore the bridge crew.
Yeah.
Or maybe they will. I don't know. Maybe they're depending on the simplicity of the Parshendi.
Maybe. And they're not giving all of the bridge crews the armor. It's just this one bridge crew.
Just this one. Yeah.
Nevertheless, would imagine that it should have just been for the runners. Otherwise, it defeats the purpose. But it's a small thing.
Mhm.
We learn that Shen no longer has to go on the runs.
Yeah, well, that was expected.
I think so. And I
Mm.
think, in a way, we're kind of done with Hashal trying to get Kaladin killed now because he has become useful. And that is a big thing that gets covered later on in this chapter.
Mm. Doesn't mean they like him, but. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
He'll probably get himself killed anyway, so just let the problem sort itself out while it benefits us.
Yeah. And essentially, their success has translated to an easier time for Bridge 4. They got their chasm quota reduced, which is good, which allows them more time to train and more time to prep their armor, which is good. We get some really good news with regard to Kaladin's relationship with Hashal. She's pretending it was her idea the whole time, and we
Mm-hmm.
get when she met Kaladin's eyes, however, he saw worry. What else would he try? So far, she hadn't dared remove him, not while he brought her so much praise from Sadeas.
Yeah, she knows that this is still a liability. It's helping her right now,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, the thing is, he's so unpredictable that you don't know
Yeah.
how this is going to turn out for you, and you know he's your enemy, and you've treated him crap. So
Yep.
good luck.
When will these people learn when dealing with Kaladin? Expect strange things.
Maybe don't treat him like shit.
Yeah. Leighton explains that when he was an armorer's apprentice, his master kept an extra apprentice around to blame when things went wrong. And it's a bit of flavor that I think was well expressed on Sanderson's part as far as characterization goes. It's a sad story that makes you feel for Leighton.
Mm. And also just keep that. For me, it makes me keep that in mind. Is there some person that's spare kept around for blaming in the Alethi culture? Like, what's
Mm,
happening? Like, is there someone we can identify that is just kept around to blame?
yeah. So he's going around as the bridge crew is practicing. He's correcting stance and he's correcting spear thrusts, form, and among other things. Scar and Moash are the best so far, and he pays specific attention to Moash, who is surprisingly good, surprisingly dedicated, surprisingly intense. Kaladin recognizes in Moash the same kind of determination that he himself displayed, experienced after Tien's death, and he credits Terra with having been the one to coax him out of that single-minded dedication. So,
Who is she?
yeah, I'm getting romantic vibes on
Mm-hmm.
through this, or a slow build up of that.
Yeah. He does say hasn't thought about her for a while.
Yeah, but in a previous chapter, wasn't the line something to the effect of his failure with Terra had been a different kind of failure? Maybe he shot his shot and she turned him down?
Yeah. Or he tried to help her and it didn't work. Or I don't know.
You
More flashbacks required, but I don't think we'd get
know.
them in this book.
I'm guessing that will be a book 2 thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kaladin waves over Moash, who joins him, and we get that Moash trains during breaks. Kaladin cautions him, don't work yourself ragged because you're going to be a runner. And then we get one of my favorite passages in the book. Each of the men had volunteered to be one of the 4 who would join Kaladin distracting the Parshendi. It was amazing. Months ago, Moash, along with the others, had eagerly placed the new or the weak at the front of the bridge to catch arrows. Now, to a man, they volunteered for the most dangerous jobs. Do you realize what you could have in these men, Sadeas? Kaladin thought. If you weren't so busy thinking of how to get them killed? Really wonderful.
Yeah, that really does. That's the heart of it.
Mm-hmm.
What he's brought out of these guys, and Sadius just didn't even bother to try and bring that out or encourage that, or nobody under him either. It
Yeah.
had to be one of the bridgemen themselves.
Yes. And it speaks to Noadon and Dalinar's perspective of don't order someone to do something that you yourself would not do, and the power,
Exactly.
yeah, that that kind of leadership has.
Mm.
We learn that Moash wants vengeance. He has an aspiration of killing someone. We don't get much of who or how or why, but Kaladin opens up a little bit about his own brother And that the distinction there, Kaladin failed to keep someone alive, Moash wants to kill someone.
Mm. He's not fighting to protect, he's fighting to kill.
Yeah,
It's a difference.
vengeance.
Sorry, just with this interaction, I it opened up more of Moash to me. It's not just
Nice.
I want to be like Kaladin or whatever. He actually is a lot more well
Hmm.
rounded, and a lot more mature than I thought of him previously.
I agree. This was important characterization, and
Mm,
it does flesh him out considerably.
yeah. Again, that's why we need this chapter actually.
I agree. We get that Moash had given up. I mean, if you're a bridgeman, you don't have a choice but to give up, I guess. But
Hmm.
Kaladin returned the hope to him, but he swears by the blood of his fathers that he'll guard Kaladin with his life. So that's a big turnaround from day one to
Hmm.
now.
But it's not just idealizing the guy; it's actually wanting to protect like a brother
Yeah,
kind of thing. It's not just like, "Oh, wow, paladin." It's he's got other reasons. It's proper respect on a human level.
yeah. We get that Moash doesn't call Kaladin Sir or anything like that, and we get the line, that made Kaladin more comfortable with him, which almost stands in contrast to previous lines where I think it was Teft who called Kaladin Sir, and Kaladin thought, that feels right.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, there's different ways of relating to different individuals, and this seems right. It's more comfortable. So it's kind of like this man is following me for his own reasons that are a little bit more personal, or I don't know. This man sees me as an equal. That means he takes care of himself. He's not just a responsibility for me. Maybe that's what makes him feel a bit more comfortable.
yeah. So then we get Kaladin deep in contemplation, wondering about his escape plan, whether they can escape, whether or not things have changed now, and whether or not they should, in fact, stay. And I look at that and I think,
Mhm.
whoa, 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 Kaladin.
Whoa.
You're still slaves. They're still trying to get you killed. Your job is to be arrow fodder still.
Yeah.
Uh, don't go getting delusions of grandeur. Don't think you've gotten any respect from the light eyes for this. Don't think you're helping anyone good. Rephrase that. You're helping the bridgeman here, but to advance the cause of someone who wants you dead. So,
Yeah, this is bigger than just being more comfortable in
yes.
your current situation. It's better to be out of the situation.
Yes. So, I don't know that
So, like,
running is the best option, but you need a better, more permanent fix.
I'm hoping that the choice is made for him, that he has to run, essentially. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm hoping for. Is like, okay, well, no, that maybe the next person that that is in control of them or something like that. So something changes that makes him realize, oh no, we better get out of here, or I don't know, something happens that
Yeah.
makes them. Yeah, that's all I'm asking for.
But building on that, Rock approaches, and at this point we've cycled through Leighton, then Moash, then Rock, and then I think we're going to move on to Teft. And again, it really does feel like we're trying to get our last moments in with all the bridge crew before the end of the book.
Yeah,
Things
see where
pop
they're
off,
at.
kind of a thing. But
Yeah.
Kaladin vocalizes an important element that I hadn't considered, which is Sadius will never let us go, particularly not now that we're so prominent. So, yeah, the better they are at their job, the more useful they become, the more scrutiny they'll have, but also, well, the more valuable they are. Sadius isn't going to just want to let them go. They will become more worthy of sending more men after them should they try to escape.
Yeah, exactly. It will be more of a slight because it's more of a detriment if they leave now.
It's more
Like before, it's
embarrassing.
just like, yeah, it's more embarrassing. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, yeah, we didn't care. They're just irrelevant bridge crew slave things. But now it's like the hero crew is essentially leaving. Oh, Sadius, what you gonna do about that, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rock has the aspiration of getting to Carbronth where there are no slaves, and then to go to the Horneater Peaks, who will welcome them as heroes. That's not a bad plan.
Yeah, he's bringing them all to his people. He's like, they'll take care of you. Like, he's not like, I'm going home. He's like, you're coming with me. I love that.
Yeah. I like
Mhm.
Rock again.
I've always liked him.
Yeah. I mean, I was mad at him when he said he wouldn't fight, but I like Rock. Rock says, as they contemplate what they can do, that he'll speak with Sigzil about the issue and that they'll think together. We get the line, Kaladin had tried speaking to him about Hoyd, but Sigzil, typically close-mouthed, hadn't wanted to discuss it. So I cycled through several emotions there at that line. One
Mhm.
being, it should have come sooner. It should have come
Yes.
right after the Hoyd conversation. Here, it feels like an afterthought. And so I'm
Yeah,
frustrated.
but
But,
and it was just that easy. Though it was just one line that one couple of that's all we wanted.
yeah. Now, I understand Sanderson wanting to structure this conversation here with Rock and including Sigzil here as well. But I really feel like he could have, considering how much actual economy of words was used to
Mhm.
use this, that I don't see much of a reason why it couldn't have been put in closer to
Yeah.
the Hoyd conversation.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it's here.
Yeah, it would be smoother. It would have been a smoother way to do
Yeah.
it. Like this is like, oh yeah, remember that? And you're like, yeah, that was on our mind. That was quite a pertinent thing.
Yeah.
You're kind of not doing it justice here.
Yeah. The thing is, we noted its absence earlier. We
Hmm.
should not have had to note it, I think.
Yeah. I think it's nitpicky. We're
Yes.
nitpicking here because we're so in detail. We're very
Mhm.
happy that it's here. But
Yes.
if yeah, if we were writing it, uh, we do it differently.
Everyone's a critic. Anyway, then Teft comes along, and basically the group wants Kaladin to spar with them. And Teft has had this argument with Kaladin before, and Kaladin basically says, no, I'm not going to. I'm not ready. And
I
Teft,
don't want to.
I
Yeah.
don't wanna. Teft
Mhm.
observes that he's kind of afraid that he failed someone and he's concerned about picking up the spear again, which is insightful. And I don't think the whole of it, but certainly an element. And Kaladin expresses that he'll fight when the time comes, but if he picks up the spear now, he'll be too eager to use it and too prone to risky and rash decisions, which he may well be.
Mm. Cope.
Cope.
Kaladin.
Yeah, so like I said, I see the necessary elements of this chapter being here.
Yeah.
All in all, it's a good chapter. It does feel like the book is starting to wrap up now, in a way. Or setting up to wrap up, rather.
Yeah.
I think that's all I got. How about you, Kitty?
Yeah, that's about it. It's like I think the way that you described it as a just the seeing where the crew is at before shit goes down. Well, I hope it actually does. Like before they escape or whatever. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
I think I would be frustrated if the next chapter was like this, though.
Yeah, very
I
much
think
so.
it would really eventually start getting like ugh to me. I'd be like, okay, no, we've been saying this way too much. We thought last chapter was an ending off nicely, but yeah.
I agree completely. If the next
Mm.
chapter is more of nothing's really changing, then uh, that's not good. But we'll see.
Yeah, like what it yeah, yeah. Like if they did this now, if they went over to do this now for Dalinar, I would be annoyed.
I agree completely.
We know where Dalinar's at. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great rest of your week. Subscribe to That Darn Kiddo if you get a chance, because she's got a great channel.
Subscribe to this channel because it's a great channel.
If you like, it would be tremendously appreciated. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next time. Okay, thanks, bye.
Dorkus and I are sharing our experience reading The Way of Kings for the first time. Each episode will each